My next guest takes on Ji Yeon Kim coming up here at UFC on Fox 27 on January 27th. It is Justine Kish joining me here on the program for the very first time. Justine, how are you?
I'm doing great. We're having a snow day here in North Carolina, so we got a lot of snow on the ground, tons of sledding going on, and just resting it out. And today was going to be like a rest day, but I'm going to play in the snow instead.
You got to enjoy that stuff, especially as an adult.
Yeah.
How important is that during training camp to get those moments where you can kind of take your mind off fighting and just, have fun and, take it easy?
It is in the back of my head because I see these kids on the big hills and they're going off ramps, and it's taking every bit of me not to go off those ramps because all it takes. I'm so close to competing, so I can't do those crazy things as bad as I want to. I still have that fun. I just have to be careful, and I have to consider the risks, and I'm just trying to keep it as simple as possible. Of course, I went down the hill a couple of times, just basic sledding, but I would go to the extremes if I could, but I can't. I gotta think about my career right now, and I want to be healthy and strong for this fight. I don't want a silly accident, so it would probably be really irresponsible if I did something crazy and hurt myself. So it's not worth it right now, but I do give myself time, especially after the fights, after competing, to have all the fun I want.
Right, absolutely. You got to have a little bit of fun here and there. I know it is part of the job description. You got to stay healthy, but you got to have some fun here and there. It has been a while since we've seen you, though. You haven't fought since June of last year. What's sort of been the reason for the layoff? Is it injuries? Is it just not getting the matchups you want? What's sort of been the reason?
I wish I could compete. I mean, especially after a loss, I want to compete right away. Like I just want, because it's fresh in my head, and I'm not sure what the delay was. I guess that's UFC timing. I even asked how frequently I could compete, and I heard like maybe Cerrone did 5 times 1 year before, but I would like to do that, if not more. And when I'm in Thailand, I was competing almost every weekend, and so it's harder to hang on to like all the mistakes, and especially a loss, and waiting for so many months versus just competing ASAP. I know my mistakes and I know the things I did, and I want to be able to shake it off right away. But I have, there's a roster, other people have to have the spotlight, so I have to, I have to wait my turn. That's all it is. It's a long line, or maybe long. I don't know. There's like a promotional strategy. There's other people that they have to I don't know how the bracketing really works, but when I get the call, it's yes.
Yeah, you have to. Because you want to fight, right? I know you've been, you haven't been able to compete as much as you've wanted to. Now, throughout this whole process, is the UFC still keeping you posted? Like, are you still getting updates, or are you kind of sitting there like, hey, what's going on here? I want to fight.
Oh, no. I have a great management team. They're continuously, trying to find me like the best matchup, but that's the pace of things right now. And as far as I know, to my knowledge, every call that the UFC has made, it's been very pleasant. It's been, hey, we're going to get you this match on this date, and I say, okay, I'm ready. And the other thing I was doing too, I can't talk too much about it. And again, this was like, I wasn't really sure what I was going to do with myself, because I knew it was going to be a few months before I could compete again, but I got a call to do a show through Discovery Channel. So it's like a reality show. They cast different kind of people, like athletes, different professionals, and I really can't say too much. It's gonna air maybe sometime in the spring, but I don't even think I can say the name of it. But I was able to kind of really, it gave me a whole different perspective. It was a very tough challenge, and that definitely kept me occupied.
That's good. No, it's exciting to see stuff like that. I know Michelle Watterson, for example, got to do the MTV Challenge show, so it's good to see that you're able to sort of use your platform and springboard into other opportunities. So whatever that may be, I know there's a lot of legal stuff going on, with that type of business, but whatever it is, I look forward to seeing you on there, because it's cool to see fighters outside of their element.
And it was really nice to talk to the different perspectives, especially. It's not fun for me to talk about all these mistakes that I had made, but they gave me different perspectives, and it just gave me a different kind of outlook on how I approach things. I kind of realized I was going a little bit kind of crazy in my training camps, and it taught me a lot. So these breaks out, losses. If I hadn't lost, maybe I wouldn't have had the opportunity to have this show. I don't know what it is, but I'm grateful for the pace of it, because as soon as the show was over, I mean, I'm sorry. I mean, this was the last day of filming. I got a phone call from my manager to say, "Hey, we have a fight," and I hadn't been able to turn my phone on or anything. I thought it was going to be several even more months. So finally get to turn my phone on after weeks and weeks of it, not having communication. And I turn it on, and they're like, "Hey, we have a fight for you." I'm like, "Oh my God, yes!" And I've been wanting to fight 125 for so long. That's where I had most of my fights, is like at 125. I have around 20 plus fights around 120. I mean, at 125, and it's so much better for me. 115 is doable, but again, I watched that last fight, and I swear it looks like I've never fought before. So I'm hoping the 125 is going to be a different story.
Yeah, and obviously the other cool thing about this is the fight's going to be in Charlotte, so I mean, that must be a nice bonus as well, getting to fight relatively close to home.
Yeah, oh my God, it's weird. I mean, it's crazy. I mean, I've been doing it for a long time, but people are kind of realizing, oh, I'm a fighter, and now and like, hey, are you ready? I'm like, yeah, this is like it's any day for me. It's competition day. I can't quite mimic or describe how I feel when I wake up when it's fight day, but when it's fight day, I'm super thrilled. I'm excited. Everything I have done, everything I've put my time into, it's for that moment. So I just have to just kind of wait it out now. But there's a lot of, I'm okay with absolutely no one knowing, or I'm okay with, I mean, that's how it kind of was when I was in Thailand. No one really knew what I was doing out there. And that's okay. And it's okay if one person, to me, it's fine if one person is watching or a million people are watching. I'm going to do the same thing out there. I'm going to do my absolute best. I don't want to let my coaches down. I don't want to let my team down. And I want to accomplish the things that I've been working and drilling every day.
Excellent. Let's talk about that. You're taking on Ji Yeon Kim. She's got the 6-1-2 record. How do you feel like you match up against her in this fight?
This is a little different for me because I've watched her. I don't usually study my opponents. I haven't had that luxury before, and I didn't do it with my last fight. And I was like, well, I got to see Felice in person. But this time I watched footage on, I'm just going to say her last name is Kim, because I don't want to mispronounce her name. So watching Kim, I see that, she likes to strike, she likes to stand, she likes to go forward, and she has this big right hand. She has experience with jiu-jitsu. She's a purple belt in jiu-jitsu, but with her style, I hope this is really going to showcase a lot of the skills and a lot of it, because I love it when people go forward. And it's not really so much fun chasing after people, or I don't mind, but I want someone that actually wants to stay there and brawl.
Yes, for sure, and I think that's what people are going to expect in this fight. Now, let's talk about training camp. Who are some of your main training partners that are helping you get ready for this fight?
Actually, they're off in Italy right now. They just flew out. They flew out to Italy today, so kind of timing is good because of all the snow and everything, but I've been working at a gym called Gymo, Gymo in Gaston County. It's in North Carolina, Lowell, North Carolina. It's a really, really small town. And these guys, they compete all over. We have a really small, humble training center. To be honest, if you walked inside, you probably wouldn't want to train there. But when everyone gets going and the room gets warmed up, there's so much talent in there. So I've known some of these guys since I was a little kid. Some of them are brand new. And I just work with people about my size. They watch her videos. They try to mimic her style for me. And I'm the only girl right now that's, there's a few smaller girls, but I try to work with people about my size, maybe a little bit bigger. Because I know I think Kim's debut was 135, if I'm not mistaken. So I don't know how easy it is for her to make 125, but we'll see. So the training camp has been great, and I've been over at Luray Athletic Club. That's where I'm doing my strength and conditioning. And then I swim every morning. And then I have my bike ride. So I do, there's a lot of times I'm by myself, and then there's times I'm with the gym. So I do my swimming by myself. I really enjoy that. So I swim a mile every morning, and that really gets my body warmed up. And I start with either wrestling or kickboxing or with skills training. So it's all day long. It's going from 5 a.m. to 7 p.m. And if I finish with yoga at night, I'll be, sometimes rolling at home around 10 p.m.
Great. Yeah, it's a full day thing for you.
It's always something to do. It's always, whether it's weight management, skills, wrestling. I love all of it, and I just really want to be at my best when I wake up on the 27th.
So how is the weight cut going this time around with the fact that, you're not having to kill yourself to get to 115, you get the 125. You seem in a good mood. It sounds like everything's going well.
Yeah, everything is really going well. The toughest thing for me right now is my crew is in Italy right now, but I wish them the best of luck because I think they're going to really make a mark out there. So yeah, while they're competing on a card in Italy, it's kind of hard. It's a tough day for me, but then I have this beautiful snow, my friends to enjoy time with. So it's like, okay, this is meant to be. Obviously, I haven't been able to really spend time with my friends, and you guys, this is they're coming. They're watching. They just got in.
Got the whole family here. That's great.
Yeah, I was stressed about it for a little bit, and then now it's a snow day, and I get to spend time with my best friend and her little ones. So it's been a great day, but I think this is going to be really, really awesome for me. I fought in Charlotte before actually I started Muay Thai, and that was, I think, like 10 years. What was that, like a decade?
Yeah.
It's like maybe over 10 years, yeah. So it was a great crowd, and I believe a lot of the same people will be there. But this is a huge arena, so this is Spectrum Arena. So I don't know how many people I'm going to get to see, but there's a bunch of people, a lot of support, so they're all coming. They said they're all going to come watch. So I said, okay, hope you enjoy it. Excellent.
That's always nice having that support. Let's talk about the fight, though, January 27th. How do you sort of see this fight playing out?
I don't want to get hit by that crazy right hand because, there's a lot of snap to it. So I'm working on there's things for footwork. There's things that I'm going to be doing to kind of not be right there in front of her right hand. And I don't want to give away too much of all the things that I want to work on or accomplish in there. But I think she's going to run into a lot of the things that I'm setting up for her. And I think she's going to walk into it. She doesn't really seem to aim. She just, she punches a lot. She doesn't seem to aim very accurately. But then again, that can change. It just takes some coaching or some skill training. But with the way she walks in a lot and the way she goes forward a lot, I see her going into a lot of different elbow combinations. And I think it's going to be a great fight for me. I'll be able to showcase a lot of different things.
Last question for you here, and again, I really appreciate the time. We talked about you going, sleigh riding and everything like that, but what else do you like doing on your downtime? I know you don't get a lot of it, but what would I find you doing? Are you watching any Netflix? Are you, going to the movies? What would I find you doing, when you're not training and not working and everything else?
I'm just relaxing and resting. Like, I had this conversation with my coach. My coach is like, okay, we got to find you a hobby. I was like, all that's not physically like physical activity. I'd love to play tennis. I would like to go, I'd like to go on, run stairs. And he's like, no, like sitting down. And like the only thing I can really do and sit down is read. So, I mean, I can't knit. Like, I just have no desire to learn how to knit. So I'm just really trying to find new hobbies that doesn't include like a physical activity. So I enjoy reading and watching Netflix, but, I don't sit well. You
can't sit too long. Well. I'm the same way. I can't sit too long and watch something. That's why movies aren't my thing. I like watching TV shows because you can, half hour and then you're out. What are you watching right now on Netflix? If I went on your account right now, what would it say under continue watching?
What would it say on continue watching? Oh, I've been The Crown. I've watched 2 episodes on The Crown. I know that.
Yeah, I heard that show. My wife watches that show. She loves it.
For that is Ozark. That was awesome. I went all through that show. Ozark was really, really good. I like the mind, boggling things, like the ones that really make you think that, because I have to watch them consecutively. So I like the ones that really make you think and that are like a mystery and like suspense. So yeah, those would be the 2 that I can last think of. But Ozark was great, and and I watched the first couple episodes of The Crown. But besides that, nope, I haven't really had a chance to relax like that. When I get home, it's dinner and ice bath or Epsom salt bath and bed.
For sure, for sure. Well, everyone's got to check out this fight. It's a UFC on Fox 27 coming up here January 27th. Justine, it was really great getting a chance to talk to you. I know we'd tried to work this out for a while. I'm glad it finally happened. Just remind people where they can find you on social media, and if you have any sponsors or shout-outs or anything like that, the floor is yours.
Oh, great. Thanks. You guys can find me just by my name, Justine Kish, on Facebook and on Instagram and on Twitter. And it's Kish, like fish, but with a K. And of course, a shout out to my sponsors. There's Ortho Carolina, Hughes and Associates. I know there's Gastonia, Plumbing, Heating. We have, let's see. Today officially marks 10 days. Well, I guess it'll be 9 days now. But I just want to thank the support of my family, my sponsors, my friends, my management, my team, because they've made this training camp. They've made me being home, made training camp really, really enjoyable. And I appreciate that. And I'm really grateful for all the support from everyone and my friends and my fans. So I'm grateful and I'm excited, and I hope I do my best for them.